Welcome to SVG-TV News and Sports for Monday, August 22nd, 2022. I am Yvette Boynes with the details. A shooting incident occurred in the Windward Bus Terminal in Kingston this afternoon, leaving one man injured. According to preliminary reports, the man was shot once in his back by an assailant. The victim was transported to the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital for medical treatment. Police have launched an investigation into the shooting. 8 contestants in the Miss SVG competition launched their community projects today under a variety of themes, including education, sports, health, entrepreneurship, disability, and building community spirit. The community project, being held under the theme Empower and Gender Community Development, is part of the activities for the upcoming Miss SVG show, scheduled to be held in October. The contestants are given 1 week in September as well as 1,000 EC dollars to carry out their projects. Chairman of the Carnival Development Corporation, the CDC, Ricardo Adams, says the community service project is a new initiative by the Beauty Shows Committee, and he praises the team for the effort put into coordinating the project.
It is a new initiative that the Beauty Shows Committee has come up with, and I think one of the things that we've seen, I don't know how many of you have seen the document, but the attention to detail that has gone into this document already, identifying the judging criteria, identifying how it should be done, giving specific timelines, etc. So it's not just a pie in the sky thing that, you know, we're going to have this community outreach. Even the theme incorporating the engender her, empower her, incorporating even into the theme the power of the her is a significant attention to detail.
Adams says he believes the decision to move the show from during the carnival season will allow it to have its own audience.
A couple of years ago, the CDC took a decision to move the Miss SVG out of the Vincy Mass period into the Independence period, and the thinking behind it was that we could broaden the appeal of the Miss SVG to incorporate persons who are not of the carnival mindset. And we think that we had to shelve those plans for a couple of years, but we think that this year we're going to have a fantastic opportunity to test that. And I think we're starting out, first of all, with a wonderful set of delegates. And I think everybody here, I want you to join me in giving a round of applause to the delegates who so far, from all that we've seen, have been performing impressively.
Service to the community is a cornerstone to your personal and professional development. This from Minister of Foreign Affairs, Kisal Peters, as she addressed the launch of the GECU Miss SVG Community Service Project. Peters commended GECU for funding the initiative.
Every type of development, and as the previous speaker said, you will be interacting as participants in this project with people in the community, and you will be working, you will be developing different skills. And there are many of us who, since we were yay high, who are partaking in community service clubs and associations. I know myself, Madam Chairperson, we were both Girl Guides, and once a guide, always a guide. You always have to be prepared, and you learn a lot when you are members of these organizations. I remember when I served as a member of the Red Cross Society, I think I was the youngest member who was enrolled at the time in the Red Cross, and we did a lot of community service work with the Red Cross Society. So community service helps to build you.
Peters encourages the Miss SVG contestants to take full advantage of the opportunity being given to them.
To build yourselves personally and professionally. I also want to take this time to commend the CDC, the Beauty Shows Committee, and the chairperson of the Beauty Shows Committee, Ms. Charles, for the reinvigoration of the Miss SVG pageant. I can see the efforts, Avia, that you are making, and I think that the entire of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and the diaspora can see the efforts being made to reinvigorate the Miss SVG pageant, to rebrand it, and to make it as I've been saying recently, a big deal. And I think that we are all looking forward to the pageant.
The largest batch of recruits who recently joined the ranks of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force are being urged to advance their professional qualifications. This was the advice given from Commissioner of Police Colin John at the 40th Passing Out Parade. He urges the group of 113 recruits to put themselves into a position to be promoted up the ranks of the police force.
The government through several policies and the Royal St. Vincent and Grenadines Police Force, we are encouraging persons to further their education. You, by doing that, can make yourself more marketable. You can vie for higher position in the organization. Some persons have joined the organization and they pay scant regard to their personal and professional development. I am encouraging you not to be one of those persons.
The police chief also encourages the new squad to maintain a high level of professionalism when interacting with members of the public.
You have to know your job. If you know your job, then you would not have to quake or cower when someone says, well, I'm going to call my lawyer. Oftentimes when they tell me I'm going to call a lawyer, I say, well, you can call 10, because I know that I'm on the right footing, and I know, well, depends, regardless of who they call, it's not going to change anything. So you have to learn your job and you have to know what you're about. You also have to be respectful to persons. The citizens, they are paying you, and you have to, at all times, deliver a professional product to the public.
The police recruits are also being encouraged not to abuse their power. This advice came from Bishop Gilbert Porter as he delivered the feature address at the 40th Passing Out Parade.
It's human nature to try and fit in. This is not a bad thing in and of itself. It becomes a problem, however, if the crowd that we are trying to fit into represents questionable values. Let professionalism be your mantra. Seek to foster and develop and maintain a great relationship with the public. It is often said that the true test of a man is to give him power. That is when you will see what he is truly made of. Do not abuse the power that will be entrusted in you. Even if you see others doing it, don't join them. Remember, you don't always have to blend in. The people, the public, are not your enemies. If you intentionally build relationships with civilians, your job will become much easier in the long run.
Porter also told the recruits to surround themselves with officers who will be a blessing to their lives and to beware of the slackers and time wasters. He also warned them not to be comfortable with their achievements, noting that good things take time and effort.
Being comfortable takes away your desire to improve, to exceed expectations. Only when we step outside of our comfort zone can we genuinely improve. So beware of being comfortable with your achievements. I encourage you therefore to dream big. Let your dreams frighten you. If you can already figure out how to accomplish all that you intend to do, you are not dreaming big enough. Don't be satisfied to remain a constable for the rest of your years. Please don't accept that it takes being in the police force for many, many years before you can rise through the ranks. Always seek to develop yourself. Volunteer to do things that are outside of your job description. Work hard and work smart.
The deadline for the application for unvaccinated teachers who wish to return to service has been extended for a second time to Tuesday, August 23rd. This was revealed by Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves while speaking on the We FM Issues at Hand program. PM Gonsalves has made repeated requests for dismissed teachers to submit applications for re-employment after new recommendations were issued recently. However, the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Teachers Union has said their members will not be taking up the invitation to reapply and instead called for dismissed teachers to be reinstated with benefits and damages. PM Gonsalves says although he is aware of the demands of the SVGTU, the union has not submitted any formal requests outlining their demands to the Office of the Prime Minister or the Minister of Education.
They have asked nothing. In fact, the Minister of Finance has written a letter to the unions in relation to his promise to have conversations and discussions leading towards possible agreement to address salaries and working conditions for the years 2023, 2024, and 2025. I've seen a draft letter, and I believe it has been sent.
Okay.
But I've received nothing from the union. I could tell you because on this issue, the discussion would have come straight to me. You had made an approach to the Minister of Education. The discussion would have come straight to the Prime Minister. You see, I'm talking about Pijan. Yes. But nothing has come to me. Absolutely nothing.
PM Gonsalves adds he believes the decision for reinstatement and any financial compensation should be decided in the upcoming court case brought by the union against the government, which is set to convene in November.
Let the court decide whether we were right under the Constitution or not. Let the court decide that. But in the meanwhile, apply to come back into the teaching profession. But the point is this: they're making those demands, those teachers who are on public servants, in the law courts. Let the law court decide that. But getting back your job doesn't stop you. But if you are told by the is that it's impossible for them to lose. That's why some of them don't want to. And the union tell them that too. The unions tell them that. So they're hoping to sit out for as long as this is. And hoping to get money for a year, 2 years, 3 years, if the matter goes all the way to the Privy Council, without working.
The St. Vincent and the Grenadines Met Office has advised that the island is on the flood watch. The flood watch was issued at noon today, August 22nd, and extends until 6 a.m. on Tuesday, August 23rd. A flood watch is issued when conditions are favorable for a specific hazardous weather event to occur. According to SVG Met, mid-upper level instability is affecting the islands. Weather conditions are forecast to be generally cloudy with rain and isolated thunderstorms and pockets of moderate showers. Residents and motorists in areas prone to flooding and landslides or near rivers and streams should exercise caution. A delegation from the Dutch dependency of Bonaire, led by James Finney, visited St. Vincent and the Grenadines on August 15th to bring awareness of the struggle for emancipation and equality on Bonaire. According to a release from the Bonaire delegation, the visit was part of their sensitization program to provide a deeper understanding of the struggle for emancipation and equality on Bonaire. While on the ground in SVG, the team had a discussion with Prime Minister Dr. Honorable Ralph Gonsalves and the Cabinet of Ministers, as well as engaging the media. The Bonaire delegation expresses gratitude to the government and people of SVG and welcomed the support in the fight against neocolonialism and Bonaire's right to self-determination.